you see a day when escrow might not be part of a CBA? I mean, can you put the toothpaste back in the tube?
Oh, sure you can. There are any number of systems you could have that would either limit escrow or eliminate escrow. We talked a little bit before about the salary cap sports and how the pattern seems to be that there's a lockout at every available opportunity. We'll see what happens in the contracts currently being negotiated. But the only sport that's been stable from a labor relations perspective for the last 20 years is baseball. It's the only sport that doesn't have a cap, and those two things are related.
How are they related? How do those two things intertwine?
When you have a situation in which you have a cap the way it is, it becomes much easier collectively for the owners to say, let's just go in and cut our costs X million dollars or X percent. Where you don't have a cap, teams are required to do what entrepreneurs are required to do. They're required to manage, and tends to make a difference, I think. But we're very premature in terms of trying to make these kinds of judgments. At this point, they're not academic judgments. They're informed, but we're a long way from the point at which we would be negotiating.
Have you learned to live with a salary cap? Because for so many years you resisted one in baseball and successfully resisted one in baseball. Have you learned to accept it in hockey now, having been in the job for 6+ years now?
Well, you accept it in the sense that you have an agreement. It's what the players were prepared to sign at the time, and you live by your agreements. So of course you accept it in that sense. If you're asking me, do I think it's the best possible system for the players, I think the answer to that's no. If you ask me, does I think it have some detriments to the overall management of the game, I think the answer is probably yes. But when we go into bargaining, the owners have their position and the players have theirs, and eventually it's sorted out.